Hello, we are live. I have implements of destruction on my hands. Oh my goodness. So, I don't know if anybody's in here because I spaced out and I didn't. I got stuff to do. I'm effing up. Today's a hard day. Today's a hard day. So yes, my channel videos live right now. Do we have? Oh my gosh. Oh, excuse me. Well, oh, survival. Yay, somebody is up here. Oh my gosh. Survival. Hey, and there we go. I'm just effing up all over the place. The wind has kicked up here something fierce, and that usually discombobulates me. So Lawrence is here. Hi, Lawrence. Good to see you. Um, so yeah, I did an oopsie, and I was forgiven immediately for the oopsie, but it was an oopsie that I was really, really ashamed about. And so I wanted to talk about Eff-ups today and how other people get over them, because like I was raised in an extremely, oh, Big R64, yay, good to see you. I was raised in an extremely strict family, so if you made a mistake, whether on purpose or accidental, you got hammered for it. And so, I have a hard time forgiving myself, even if other people forgive me. I have a hard time, a hard time with perfectionism to a certain degree. I've let go of a lot of it. There's a Russian saying that perfection is the enemy of good enough. And so I absolutely love that saying. Shaman is here too. Yay. Glad to see you. So yeah, and a friend of mine had that on a sticky tab or a Post-it note. That's what they're called. And I really, really liked, the idea of perfection is the enemy of good enough. So I took that to heart, and I've really been able to ease up over the years about, how perfect I want things to be. If something has a small little flaw in it, it's part of the charm, that kind of thing. But the earthquake. I do have a hard time forgiving myself. It's one of those things. Like, my mother was an Air Force brat. My father was a Foreign Service brat. So the two of them together, you had to get things real quick. You were told once, you better remember. So yeah. Man, it's hard, especially with, migraines, with the wind kicking up, my pains kicking up, and that puts limitations on me that I just can't overcome. And I have to forgive myself on a regular basis that, hey, not being your best is all right. Oh, Dakota Shea is here. Hi. Oh, so yeah, and as I mentioned in the description of the video, there was this time where I kept locking my keys in my car, and I'd have to call a locksmith to come and unlock them, unlock my car door for me, and that was $100 a pop, and so it became very expensive very quickly. And finally, I was just like, F it. I'm just going to wear a spare car key around my neck and just be done with it, because I'm tired of spending all this money to get, my keys out of my car. So yeah, dealing with F-ups. So I wanted to talk to you guys about dealing with F-ups, and what techniques you guys use to forgive yourself, because I would like to learn some of those techniques. um, but I wanted to read to you from my blog. This is something that I wrote back in 2011. And I'm going to butcher this name. Oh, not like that. That's weird. Like that. There we go. So this is Akilindeshwari. I think I pronounced that correctly. The goddess of never not broken. This is an absolutely wonderful piece on the Hindu goddess of never not broken. Well, why lying broken in a pile on your bedroom floor is a good idea by Julie J.C. Peters. I'd never heard of this goddess before, but her name alone enticed me. She's the goddess of that moment when everything is in flux. Our past answers have failed us and we lie broken in pieces on the floor. Brilliant. She's a warrior goddess. Get that? A warrior goddess who rides the back of a crocodile. There's an interesting bit of imagery there. For the crocodile's crushing jaw strength, how they actually kill their prey is by dragging them underwater and spinning them until they're so disoriented that they drown. The crocodile takes the path of least resistance. This is from the Sufi, adopted by both Hinduism and Islam. There is the idea of the whirling dervish, spinning until you become so disoriented you're able to feel the presence of God. So it is that this warrior goddess rides a crocodile, for it is that moment of total disorientation that we have to try something new. And I just got a text from, nope, I can't do it. That moment forces us to break from the old and learn. It forces us to try. It shakes us out of our habits and allows us to see what is no longer useful or helpful. And with the warrior spirit of never not broken, we pick up our pieces and forge on, born anew. If I'm to follow the goddess's teaching, I need to look at these moments not simply as moments of catastrophic failure, but also moments of unprecedented success. I can forgive myself the breakdowns because they were useful. I was able to see in a way I could not have previously. Every moment that I've lain broken in a heap has not been without value. I certainly don't enjoy those moments, but man, that goddess is spot on. Every time I've had to remake myself, I've learned something incredibly valuable about me and my behavior. It's a grueling challenge and not always in the right direction, but I've grown wiser and more mature each time. So, oh, we got more people in the chat. Hey, Shell. We got Shell. I'm sorry I had you worried. And then Logic Rex is in here. Yay. Taylor Muncie is in here. Howdy. Howdy, sir. So yeah, I wrote that back in 2011. And it's something that is still true today and still useful today. You know, it's the crocodile, for all its jaw strength, its crushing jaw strength, if you actually wrap your hands around it, it doesn't have the muscle strength to open its jaw back up. So it's like the only way out is through. If you grab onto your prey and you spin around and you do that thing, you better make sure that your prey doesn't grab back onto you. So yeah, it's just all the imagery that's involved in this goddess of never not broken, and yeah, never not broken. That even just that phrase, never not broken, never 100%, never complete. Perfection is the enemy of good enough. She's the goddess of good enough. And she'll always just be good enough. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. With my physical health, I will never not be broken in one way or another. Sometimes I have fuck ups that just injure me, and that's a hell of a lot easier to deal with. It's like, how mad am I going to get at me? Because I'm the only injured party, but I have more trouble when I injure other people. And it doesn't matter whether they forgive me or not. It's my forgiveness of myself that I need to work on. And sometimes it's even easier if there's a fight. Like my mom and I had a fight over me shipping her coat back to her, which I ended up, screwing up because I got sick. I also procrastinated, but then I got sick on top of that. And then I got sick again with COVID after that. And we just had this whole breakdown fight. And it was almost easier that we had a fight and we're angry, and able to express that anger, than, it was easier for me to admit my mistake. Well, not easier for me to admit my mistake. I had a very hard time admitting my mistake with my mother because I thought I was in the right. But when I did admit my mistake, I forgave myself immediately. But then, hey, different Gnome, good to see you. Then other times when I am able to admit my mistake immediately, I actually have a harder time forgiving myself. It's this weird sort of, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how my brain works. I'm trying to figure out how these processes work. And it's frustrating to me, because when the other person forgives me, I want to be able to forgive me too. When I fight with the other person, I want to have not as long as a fight. Like I had another F-up today where I because of my wisdom, or not my wisdom tooth, but my root canal, I've got to eat soft food. And I thought, lasagna, oh, great, soft food. I didn't think sticky cheese. And so some sticky cheese caught onto the part of the temporary filling and pulled it off. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Why didn't I think? Why couldn't I, I was trying to think, take care of the root canal, and I got one part right, but then completely blanked on the other part. It's like, because I know not to chew gum. I know I can't do that right now. So why didn't I think sticky cheese? And so I want to learn how to laugh at myself more. I want to get over this strict background that I grew up with. Big R says, I love lasagna, my favorite food. Yeah, it's one of mine too. And growing up in St. Louis, we had some of the best lasagna because you had Little Italy, in South St. Louis. And it's, Dakota Shea says, no root canals, just have it yanked. Well, I've had so many teeth yanked at this point, I'd like to preserve a few of them, So yeah, and it's less expensive, surprisingly. And yeah, I don't like dealing with having holes in my, it's just, no, enough of that. So I went with the root canal. But yeah. So what do you guys do? When you have an F-up, what do you do to forgive yourself? What processes do you use? How do you have a sense of humor about this stuff? What do you tell yourself when you have these kind of, OSHIT moments? I want to harvest the wisdom of the crowd because, I'm struggling here. And it's cool to be able to come up here and admit to you guys, that, good Lordy Lord, I'm so far from perfect. I don't know if I'm in the same zip code. Yeah, I want to. I don't know that I can take that solution. Survival never goes out of style. 83 says, "I drink it away until I don't care anymore." Not healthy, I know. Right. That's a little dangerous for me, just because of the DNA that runs in my family. I don't want to end up like my grandmother. Her. Oh my gosh. There's something about the women of that generation getting drunk and taking off all their clothes. My great aunt Anne, and they're dead now, so I can talk about them. Bless their hearts. But my great aunt Anne, she was at a cocktail party. I mean, a black tie soiree. Got so drunk, took off all her clothes, and jumped into the swimming pool, naked as the day she was born, in front of all these, movers and shakers of the town. My grandmother, diplomat's wife, getting so drunk, standing in the middle of the street, taking her clothes off. I mean, my Eff-ups aren't that bad yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. So with the alcoholism gene running down both sides of my family tree, I got to be careful. But yeah, that. It's not an entirely bad suggestion. Survival. This is what I like. Sometimes I'll do self-depreciating humor about my F-up to lighten it up. Yeah. That's and I need to have a better sense of humor about myself. I really do. So, Different Gnome says, I kind of look at it as if I were an observer of the problem, and if I find it would make me laugh, I just laugh. Well, that's another. Yeah, if I were. Yeah, that's a really good way to do it. Is turn myself into the audience. I like that suggestion. I'm going to put that one. I'm going to put that one up, and that's fabulous. Put myself in the third person and look at it from the outside as if, I'm in the audience and not the one doing it. So that's both detachment and having a sense of humor about it at the same time. I'm definitely going to use that one. So thank you, Different Gnome. I appreciate that. Big R64 says, I just don't worry about the small stuff. Well, yeah, but sometimes it's not small stuff. Sometimes it's like, oh, woman, no, never again, never, bad girl. It's like, it's kind of like what I want to do with myself is, I'm not at the point where I want to choke myself out, and just strangle myself by my own neck. So at least, that's good. But at the same time, it's like, what are you doing? Get your act together. Lauren says, if I mess up, I just figure out a way to correct it the best I can. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, that's, the obvious thing to do. But like I said, with the locking my keys in the car, I kept doing it. I kept making the same mistake, Logic Rex says, lol, that's better. I finally grabbed my glasses. Good. So, Survival Never Goes Out of Style says, sometimes I'll give it a sincere apology if I've done something to someone. Yeah. Always, when we were wrong, promptly admitted it, made amends, whatever we can do. And sometimes it's just, changing our behavior going forward, figuring out what was going on that led up to that mistake and not repeating the circumstances that led up to the mistake. So Shell says, survival, me too, always. So yeah, it's like, oh, holy crap. But sometimes it's, I'm the goddess of never not broken. I'm just not going to get it right. So I have to wear a car key around my neck for a good couple of years until, Because it's not like putting the car key around my neck and suddenly, poof, I wasn't locking my keys in the car anymore. No, I still kept doing that. I just happened to have a key that I could use to get them out with. So, yeah, does anybody want to come up? I'll put the link in the chat. Because the wisdom, I really could use the wisdom of the crowd right now, and this is helping, by the way. It's like the Catholics have their confessional and things like that, and you can do your Hail Marys or your rosaries or whatever, some sort of act of penance. Hey, Angry Miss Lady, good to see you. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're here. So yeah, if anybody wants, survival, come on up. I'd love to have you. So link is in the chat there, and it's both humble and humiliated at the same time. Sure, take whatever time you need. I wish I were a better person. I'm not always good at this crap. I'm really not, and it's like, especially when something falls out of my mouth and it's like, what? Why did you even, how did that sound like a good idea to say? It's like, fuck. So need to be brave and just soldier on. So, and I mean, I have ADHD and I could blame that, but at the same time, it's like, but get your stuff together, kiddo, get your stuff together. Different Gnome says, one thing I wish I was better at is socializing at a bar. Oh, I don't go to bars, so I have no help from me there. So Angry Miss Lady says, hi, Fam Bam. It's Pam Fam Bam. I like it. We're adding more alliteration to it. That's awesome. So that's awesome. Yeah, I would not know what to do at a bar except, and that's probably one of the, I have a very hard time making a fool out of myself. It's really hard for me to do because of, how strict my family was and everything. So, making a fool out of myself is just, I don't do it very well. I don't deal with embarrassment very well. So, yes, Pam Fam Bam. Awesome. Dakota Shea says, don't ever think that you are the perfect you. We all make stupid mistakes. I know that, but I mean, your mistakes are acceptable. My mistakes are grievous, and I should go stand in the corner, see, survival. That's why I think you'd be, you're one of those people who's comfortable enough in your own skin that you're willing to make a fool out of yourself, and it helps everybody else around you feel more comfortable. He says, making a fool out of myself is all I ever do. Yeah, and some people have that skill, and it is a skill, being able to play the fool. But I was always supposed to be, upstanding and elegant and, other things like that. Being the butt of the joke, being the person that everybody laughs with was not my strong suit. I was always the person everybody laughed at, or at least it felt that way, So, that's exactly it. Big R64. We are too hard on ourselves. We're only human. And I get that. I mean, that's why it's, the goddess of never not broken. So Shell says, I'm good at talking with everyone, but if I'm interested in someone, I turn into the biggest dork. Yeah, the herpadirt thing, where it's just like, ooh. My brain just fell out of my head. So, different gnome said, Lawrence, I misread that as Queen of Pam, like the cooking spray. Oh, I missed his comment. Queen Pam of the Phoenix Kingdom. Oh, that's too funny. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. Taylor says, my family always says I make friends wherever I go. I thought I was just polite. Some people have that charm too. My father had that charm. Like he could go up to somebody who was being standoffish to him, and by the end of the conversation, they were best friends. They were going to have drinks, and when they got back into town, they were going to meet up, whatever. But at the beginning, you could see this guy's body language, and he's all like, who the F are you? Why are you talking to me? And my dad just had no self-awareness, or he didn't care what the other person's behavior was. He knew that he could win them over, and so kept talking. And by the end of it, the guy was, leaning in and being like, oh yeah, that'd be great, slapping my dad on the back. And some people are good at this stuff. Me, no. This only works right now because I'm only talking to a camera and a screen. If you all were here, I think I'd be a hell of a lot more self-conscious, which is, it is what it is. So, Angry Miss Lady says, people also looked at me to see what I'm going to do. And hey, we got Survival in the house. He's getting his headphones on. Give a wave when you are ready, sir, and I will pull you up. All right, there we go.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going tonight?
Oh shoot. Hang on.
Oh, sure.
I got something going on here.
No worries. So
did I drop out, or is it good?
You're still in, you're good.
Nice.
Angry Miss Lady says some people are scared to talk to. They say I look mean, but I'm like a teddy bear. Oh, gotcha. And then Lauren says, one time my art teacher told me to put cereal back in the pantry, and I misheard thinking put the stereo back in the pantry and attempted to pick up her boom box.
What's up, Lawrence? He says hi.
Yeah. Different gnome says that I can do at the grocery store, but if I care at all, I clam up. But strangers are easy to talk to as long as I know that they won't. As long as I know that won't we them again. I don't understand that last bit. Oh, see them again. Gotcha. Oh, that shook me for a second. So, how are you doing tonight?
Me? I'm all right. I just got home from work.
Right on.
Literally got home at about 15 minutes ago.
And you jumped right onto my stream.
I did. I got a beer and I jumped on the stream.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. How are you doing other than talking about Eff-ups?
I'm doing all right. I took my neighbor shopping today.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about you were going to do that.
Yeah. We went to Ace Hardware, and she picked out the gift that they wanted, and we had money left over.
Nice.
And so we picked out a second gift, and so we think they'll like that. And even had some money left over on the gift card. So
it's a win.
Yeah. Just wins across the board. So
I have a problem with procrastinating, and I haven't got any Christmas gifts yet. I got to do it like tomorrow or something.
Yeah. No, my parents were so bad at procrastinating. I mean, I remember one Christmas, we were getting our Christmas tree at 10 o'clock at night on Christmas Eve.
Perfect. That sounds like something I would do.
Right? And so we do the 12 days of Christmas. So we were allowed to open one present on Christmas Eve. Then we had like a bunch of presents on Christmas Day, but then one more present for the next 12 days.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fun.
Right. Well, it allowed my parents to hit all the Christmas sales. And on top of that, you didn't have just one day and done and like depressed afterwards that, you were looking up to Christmas all year, all season long, and then it's just over, so.
I'm not a big holiday guy either, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
When it's done, it's done.
Yeah. And it really feels like Christmas out in Seattle because all it does is rain at that time of year.
Yes, it does. It was actually super sunny and nice out today.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yesterday was pouring down rain all day long.
It was like, mid 60s here today.
That's not bad.
Right? I mean, it did not feel like, the first day of winter at all. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, a whole series of, I'm surprised I didn't crash my car today. That's how this day was going.
Oh man, one of those days.
Yeah. So.
I backed into somebody the other day.
Yeah.
Didn't do any damage though.
Oh, good.
But the lady was really mad at me. I was just like all apologetic. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I did not see you there. And she's like, why would you do this? I'm like, yeah, like I wanted to do this.
Right.
Eventually she was like, oh, okay, you're all right. You didn't do any harm. But I assured her, I'm like, here, I got insurance. It's right here. Like if there's any damage, you're going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. And I have a hard time dealing with that embarrassment stuff. I mean, I just want to crawl into a little ball, bury myself in the ground,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of crashing cars, I don't see Samantha P in the chat room, but she had a car crash the other day.
Oh, no. Did I miss that?
I don't know if it was on your channel or a different one, but she was talking about she crashed her car. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. And everybody was asking if she was okay.
Yeah. She said she was, but yeah.
Yeah. So
crashing your car sucks.
Oh my gosh. It really does. So you guys are all talking about that's actually, it's not this. I found out today that COVID stimulus bill is actually an omnibus bill. That's why it's got all that other crap in it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't like it either. I hope what was it? It was $10 million for gender something in Pakistan, and it's like, why?
Yeah, it's $10 million because they're going to work on letting women open their own bank accounts.
Oh,
I don't know why the U.S. is meddling with that. Why are we even in any of that business?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but it's better us than the International Monetary Fund doing it.
Yeah, I think $7 million goes to the Sudanese government.
Yeah. Oh, there's money going all over the place.
Yeah, just not a whole lot coming to us.
Right. But Logic and I did the math last night, and there was like one tweet, and if you add it up, it was like 1.4 billion and a whole bunch of other big numbers. And if you add it all up, it only worked out to $5 for every American.
Bullshit.
Right.
So is Trump going to veto it, you think, or has it already passed?
I don't know. There's been talk that he's going to veto it, but it's one of those things that, I mean, it's 5,000 pages long, and they gave them like 4 hours to read it.
Yeah.
That right there should be a veto, even though it's apparently got a veto-proof majority to it. So, yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. But yeah, Shell made a good comment. America needs to take care of the home front first. Absolutely. And Angry Miss Lady says that's our money too. Well, the government doesn't make money. That's all our money, and why it isn't going to help, small businesses and stuff like that is just mind blowing.
Yeah, no shit. Like some of these restaurants, they're closing forever.
Right.
Been open forever, and now they're just like, well, we can't afford it. We can't pay any employees. So these people are out of a job now in a time where finding a job isn't very easy.
Right.
It's just all bad. I don't see why they didn't do a bailout for the small businesses. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
They shut them down, don't let anybody come in, and then they don't help them out at all. They give it to other countries.
It's disgusting. And the other thing is that, like the $600 may only be a tax refund. This is what I heard. You'll have to fact check me on this. It's only a tax refund, and how many people have made money, enough to get a tax refund this year?
I have to pay almost every year.
Right. And so it's just it's craziness. But
yeah.
So I don't even know what you do that you still have a job to come home from work from.
I'm an electrician.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
That is cool stuff.
And part of it is I maintain some vital systems for that have to do with sewer systems and things like that that can't.
Yeah. No, that's that. Yeah. You're one of those essential workers.
Yeah. If some of these things that I'm in charge of, if they go down, then people are not going to be very happy.
Right. Whole communities are not going to be very happy.
Exactly. Yeah. The Bay, anybody who lives in the Bay isn't going to be happy.
Right.
They reroute raw sewage right into the sound when things mess up.
Oh no. Oh yeah. That's not good at all.
No.
So, awesome. Yes. Smash the like, please. Smash the like.
Smash that. I even have to check if I did.
I
did.
See, I need to get better at telling people because I know I forget all the time. And so I actually like it when the YouTubers remind me to smash the like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, do you have any advice for people who want to be able to talk to people at the bar?
Sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
Oh, there was a question earlier about how do you talk to people at the bar?
Oh, that's real easy for me. I just talk to them.
Yeah.
Talk to them like I'm talking to you guys. I never really met you guys. I just pop on up. I'm really good at making small talk at the bar with anybody.
There you go.
Just comes real easy to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, you're one of those people who's just like comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that I noticed about you. It's like, you were nervous at first about a lot of this stuff and coming out, but you took to it like a duck to water. It was amazing to watch. So,
well, you see what Taylor says?
Oh,
so
yeah.
The next one down. What did she say?
Oh, got it. Yeah, they come in late for me. So, yeah. What's the best pickup line?
I've been with the same girl since I was 19 years old. So I don't really have pickup lines. Never had to really date after I was 20 or 19. So I don't know any pickup lines.
Oh, man. I was stopped once. I was going through a grocery store and this guy came after me and he's like, Miss, and I parked. I was going to my chiropractor, but I parked in the groceries parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was coming after me for that, and he said, did anyone tell you that it should be illegal to have a smile like that?
That's a nice compliment.
Yeah. And I just, blushed and I was just like, oh man, thank you so much. You just made my day. So
that's awesome. Yes. Yeah. So going back to Taylor's question about pickup line. So since I haven't had to do any dating like that or anything since I was a kid, I have gone to the bar and been like the wingman with some of my like more shy friends.
There you go.
I can tell you one of the pickup lines wasn't really a pickup line, but I was like, since it's so easy for me to just talk to people, this girl was walking by and she was pretty. She looked really pretty and she had red high heels on. And, she was looking good. My buddy like nudged me. He's like, dude, she's pretty. And so as she's walking by, I just said, hey, what's up, red shoes? And she turned around and was like, hi. And I'm like, you want to hang out with us and have a drink? And she's like, sure. My buddy ended up taking her home.
Nice.
They actually left the bar without me, like shortly afterwards. Straight up ditched me. Like, all right, well, good to you, man.
That's hilarious.
It wasn't hilarious to me. I just went home.
So, oh my gosh. Angry Miss Lady says, I'm actually a shy person. When I get to know you, I talk a lot.
That's pretty normal, really.
Yeah. Oh, Joanne's here. Hi, Joanne.
Hey, Joanne.
Welcome to the conversation. So, did you miss my reading? I did the Goddess of Never Not Broken. Yeah, that is a good wingman. That is good. What's up, Red Shoes? I mean, just completely casual.
Yeah. And I'm not going, hey, what's up, girl?
Right.
Or, not any of that stuff. I'm just like, hey, what's up, Red Shoes?
Yeah.
She knew exactly who I was talking to, you know. She was just walking by.
Right. So that was perfect.
Just a conversation starter.
Yeah.
And if you shot me down, I wouldn't have cared, you know, like.
Right.
All right, she didn't like my joke, so whatever.
Right, whatever. So, would people like to hear it again? Do you want to hear it? The Goddess of Never Not Broken?
Yeah, I was still driving home when you were reading that.
Oh, okay. So you had me up when you were driving?
Yeah, I just listen. I'm not like watching.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. So I'm like your radio show when you're driving.
Yeah. 4 o'clock comes around, I turn the radio down and put you on and continue on.
Fantastic. So yeah. I'll read it again real quick for those who missed it. So it's Keelan Deshwari, the Goddess of Never Not Broken. So this is an absolutely wonderful piece of the Hindu goddess of Never Not Broken. Why lying broken in a pile on your bedroom floor is a good idea, by Julie J.C. Peters. I'd never heard of this goddess before, but her name alone enticed me. She's the goddess of that moment when everything is in flux. Our past answers have failed us and we lie broken in pieces on the floor. Brilliant. She's a warrior goddess, which I think is hella interesting, who rides the back of a crocodile. There's an interesting bit of imagery there for the crocodile's crushing draw strength. How they actually kill their prey is by dragging them underwater and spinning them until they're so disoriented that they drown. The crocodile takes the path of least resistance. From the Sufi, adopted both by Hinduism and Islam, there's the idea of the whirling dervish, spinning until you become so disoriented you're able to feel the presence of God. So it is that this warrior goddess rides a crocodile, for it is in that moment of total disorientation that we have to try something new. That moment forces us to break from the old and learn. It forces us to try. It shakes us out of our old habits and allows us to see what is no longer useful or helpful. And with the warrior spirit of Never Not Broken, we pick up our pieces and forge on, born anew. If I'm to follow the goddess's teaching, I need to look at these moments not simply of moments of catastrophic failure, but also of moments of unprecedented success. I can forgive myself the breakdowns because they were useful. I was able to see in a way I could not have previously. Every moment that I've lain broken in a heap has not been without value. I certainly don't enjoy these moments, but man, that goddess is spot on. Every time I've had to remake myself, I've learned something incredibly valuable about me and my behavior. It's been grueling change and not always in the right direction, but I've grown wiser and more mature each time.
Deep.
Yeah. That was a fun realization coming across that article that she wrote. And if anybody wants to check this out, this is at my old blog. It's called Make This Look Awesome. And I'll make a banner for it. Or I can just add it into the chat. Let me do that.
Joanne rides crocodiles too, it looks like.
Yes, it does. So. So yeah, this was the blog that I wrote to deal with my migraines when they were a lot worse. than they are now. So it's about 9 years old. As I said, this is from 2011 that I wrote that. And Joanne says, I can so relate to that. Yeah, yeah. Angry and Miss Lady says, that was interesting. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, right on, Taylor. You do that too? That's awesome. So, oh man, I really appreciate it. So yeah, you guys are an awesome audience. I don't consider you so much of an audience as my online chat group. I'm just the only one on camera unless folks come up. So, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that, Angry Miss Lady. She says, I get them. I've been dealing with one for 3 days now. Yeah, yeah. They're brutal when they last for days like that. Because it's like you can never catch a breath. I remember sometimes I would dream and I would be in pain. And that was just probably the worst. It's like, I'm asleep. Can't I escape from this in my sleep? I'm not supposed to be conscious. But no, it would seep in there anyway. So, but, Big R64 says, migraines are just terrible. Yeah, they are. But Lawrence says, and you are our queen. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, Lawrence. I'm so looking forward to the birthday celebration.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Did Lawrence say how old he's going to be?
He did, but I've forgotten.
Oh, I forgot to. I'm sorry. Sorry, Lawrence.
42. He's going to be 42.
Oh, okay, 42.
Yeah, yeah. From what's the book series? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's 42.
Yeah, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So that's what Lawrence is going to be.
All right, he's going to be the answer.
Yep, yep. And his niece is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
I think. And oh man, he sent me a picture of her. She is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, just ooh. Yeah, don't panic. Shaman says, don't panic. That's the one. Logic says, definitely going to be fun. I so have to get a drink for that party. Yeah, exactly. Got to get, what I want to do is I want to find some music we can play. So I think we can play Pogo. I think that would be all right. So
look at who we have here.
Huh?
Look who's in the chat. He changed his name again.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw that earlier because he commented on one of my videos, and I love his new name.
Pizza Dad Bod. I like it, too.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So Taylor asks, is she single? I don't know. You'll have to ask Lawrence. But he says, I haven't taken a migraine pill in a year. Oh.
I think he started eating like, was it some sort of mushrooms? Like, is it lion's mane something or other?
Yeah. I have some of those too. I was going to try them for my neuropathy, but I didn't want to, with all the medication upset that I'm doing, I want to wait until I have everything's stable again. So,
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was talking to Pizza Dad Bod earlier today on the phone, and he's got all these crazy stories, like strange stories. Like everybody has strange and weird stories, but I don't know. Pizza Dad has some really weird ones, and we're gonna have to get those out of him at some point.
Oh hell yeah, that sounds like a date.
Like just for instance, two things. And I won't go into detail because I want to let him do that at some point.
Right.
He talked about he almost ran over Clarence Thomas one time.
What?
Yeah, I'm just telling you, this is the Pizza Dad life. And then he also told me that he was personally waved at by the Dalai Lama while he's standing alone smoking a cigarette.
That happened to my aunt. She couldn't get to the venue, because it was sold out and everything like that. And she's like, I just want to get as close as I can. And so she was running through the parking lot, and suddenly the Dalai Lama breaks from his group and starts running as if he knows that she's looking for him. And then finally they meet eyes, and they bow to each other. And so that's my aunt's Dalai Lama story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, he's an impressive dude. So Different Gnome says, I never understood 42. I can't think of many things that make 42 an interesting number. Well, I actually got to talk with Douglas Adams before he died, and he used to have a pad of paper next to him that he would just write random things down, like the name Zaphod Beeblebrox. He said that name just sounded like a delightful collision of syllables. But he never remembered why he came up with that name. But 42 was just one of those things that he scribbled on his pad. So yeah, he threw it in the book because it's supposed to be random and nonsensical. So, oh, the Pizza Dad says, try putting your feet in hot water and an ice pack on your neck. What I would do is I would get in the shower and I would sit in the bottom of the tub, but have it be a shower, and have an ice pack on my head and hot water just, beating down on me. And that way it sort of like confused my nervous system. But yeah, there's lots of little tricks like that. So Angry Miss Lady, yes, that does help migraines. So you might want to try that. I would happily freeze to death when I have a migraine. And then also 5-HTP helps with the migraine hangover. There's on my blog, Angry Miss Lady, there's a whole section on migraines if you want to go check it out. The other one is peppermint. Dr. Scholl's peppermint leg and foot cream. And you can put that on your forehead, around the back of your neck, your temples, stuff like that. And that helps too. So, and Pizza Dad says, I know it's weird. It is weird, but it has to do with how dopamine and serotonin work on blood vessels, and hot and cold help trigger the dopamine and serotonin response, and that's how it can help your head. So, yeah, there's some good stuff in there. So, Taylor says, I fortunately have never experienced a migraine, but I feel for those who do. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
I'm staying with Taylor. I don't know what it's like. I mean, my wife gets them, so I know it's painful, and she has a high pain tolerance. And when she's in pain, I know it's really bad. So
yeah. Yes, I have heard of a sexual headache, and it's the same sort of thing. It's that the blood flow changes that come can trigger a headache before, during, or after. So Angry Miss Lady says, that's why I didn't go to work. Yeah.
Dang.
That's why I became disabled, for goodness sake. I mean, Shell says that she's heard of sexual migraine or sexual headaches too. Yeah. Pizza Dad said, I had one. It was scary. Yeah. For men, it's a lot worse. Because you guys, I mean, that's how the organs function is, blood flow changes. And so they can be sudden and stabbing, like ice pick, they call them ice pick headaches. But salute to you, sir. I saw you had a beer earlier, so.
Yeah, salute now.
Cheers.
That one's actually gone now.
My
first beer down.
There you go. Go grab another one.
Hang on a second.
All right. Shell says sex can also take a headache away. Yeah, that's more true for women than it is for men, depending. Like I get migraines not from the ramp up of stress, but from the ramp down from stress. So like I have to do a long cool down period if I'm exercising. Otherwise, I'll spike a migraine. Same sort of thing. I used to get weekend migraines where it would start like an hour after I got off work, and then would stop a few hours before I had to go to bed on Sunday. So, no, Lawrence, sexual headache when the thing between your leg hurts really bad. No, it's an actual headache from sexual activity. So, yeah. That's funny.
Lauren's got jokes.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Lauren's
Well,
got the jokes and the dreams.
right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Have you had any dreams lately, Lawrence?
I saw one. I don't remember where I saw it. Oh, I think it was in the live yesterday. I actually got to go back and look at my comments because I didn't get to see him. He said me, him, and Rex were warriors in a battle or something.
Nice.
Sounded cool.
Yeah. Oh, whew, this is frightening. For him, it was a painful orgasm, like somebody was tasing him.
Jeez.
Oh, I would not want that. Yeah, tasing him in the brain. That's whoo.
That's bad, dude.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. My goodness.
Brain taser.
Yeah. Unless you're like a super masochist, I wouldn't want that at all. So, Lauren says that yes, that's right. We were warriors, and we were taking order from Pam, and she was the queen.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna blush. Joanne says, "So jelly, you all are having drinks."
No, Joanne, you're doing so good. Don't even freaking.
Yeah. I mean, being able to.
My willpower is not there.
Well, for me, I've got to limit the pain medication I'm taking. And there's a big storm coming in tonight. The wind was kicking up, and so I'm not in good shape, and I wish I had the medication control, and that way I could step away from the alcohol. I'd much rather be sober, but I'm limited with what I have and what I can use at home. I'm at the max amount of Tylenol I can use. I'm at the max amount of ibuprofen I can use. So I'm actually jealous of you that you don't have to. So Pizza Dad said he had a CT scan the next day. Yeah, no doubt. They should have done an MRI, and a CT won't show much.
We gotta say goodnight to Different Gnome. He's out. He's out of here.
Oh, yeah, you gotta go. Okay, take care, Different Gnome. Thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it. So,
I wonder what that CT scan came back with. Pizza Dad bod.
Yeah, Pizza Dad bod. Yeah, I love that name. That's just so perfect.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. He's pretty.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you introduced him to our group.
I think he likes you guys. I think he likes everybody too.
Yeah. So, what was it? Taylor said, Lawrence, you should write a book on the collection of your vivid dreams. And Lawrence says he does do that sometimes. So yeah, I'd love to. That would be fantastic. I want Lawrence to do a webcomic. Yeah, with his art ability and his stories and everything like that. That would be amazing. So yeah, make that your New Year's resolution there, Lawrence. That would be good. So. But oh my gosh, we only have 2 minutes left.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. We made it through. So Pizza Dad Bod said it showed nothing. So, and I wouldn't think so because CT scans, if you're having that level of brain malfunction, an MRI would be much better. But doctors don't always want to do that level of work. So yeah, Shaman says, keep a dream journal, Lawrence. Or some keep a dream journal. So yeah, might want to do that yourself. But yeah, thank you everybody for getting me through this hour. I feel a lot better about my day now.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the advice of thinking of myself in the audience and watching myself making the mistake instead of being in first person making the mistake. I think that'll really help. Definitely having a sense of humor about it. Being comfortable with being the fool.
Yeah.
That's not always a bad thing. Taylor said that went by fast. Yeah, it sure did.
It always goes by so fast these days.
Right. Shaman says chaos is always losing, but never defeated. It's the good loser in the game that's worth the camera. Yep. Yep. Very true. So, are you going to go live, Survival?
I don't know. Are there anybody else? Is there anybody else supposed to go up? Let me check real quick.
Yeah.
I also have to make sure my wife isn't going to work out. She might need to work out for an hour.
Right. Well, or after her workout or whatever. But
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Don't forget to smash the like. You know, Big Art says time flies when you're having fun. Thank you, Pam. Great show. Glad you guys liked it. I really had a great time. So, and Lawrence says you should go live if you can, Survivor.
Yeah, I mean, if I can, it looks like Hood Conservative is going to go live at 6 my time, so that was going to be an hour from now.
Okay.
So I don't want to interrupt him.
Right.
So it would be after him. It'd probably be around 7 o'clock my time, which would be about 2 hours from now.
That sounds good.
If I do it all, but you guys just check and see if I'm up there queued up. If I decide to go, I'll queue it up like a little bit early.
Cool. All right. So yeah. Shaman says, thank you. Always great to be here with all of you. Yep. Absolutely agreed. Lauren says, yes. Thank you, my queen. That was a great show. You're so good for my ego, Lawrence. Shell says, have a great night, fam. See you all later. And so will we. So bless your heart.
Big R64, you got to smash that like.
Oh. Pam, I prefer not to smash the like, to lightly tap it, the light, if you don't mind. Well, you can Biden the like button if you want to.
Oh.
You know? Give it a little sniff. So yes, have a good night, Pam fam. Thank you all for being here, and we will see you tomorrow night.
See you guys. Later, Pam.
Later.